put forth an incredible effort. You know, it's been a struggle for him. The COVID protocols, the problem with the hip, and right from the beginning of this game, he started out with an energy and a nice rhythm, and he's, for the most part, been able to maintain it. He's obviously had a little bit of a created by Jordan Clarkson.
Fred now with an opportunity here, attacking right at the rim. How about Van Vliet?
Hey,
all that pace
into the big man. Watch Gobert and watch Fred say, "Get out of my way! I gotta get to the bucket."
Third quarter comes.
Welcome back to the Airborne Podcast. I'm your host Ajit. That's Big Boy Braz with us. We got Thanos back on the podcast. The Raptors tanking season continues. They drop another one, collapse in the fourth quarter. Bogdanovic goes off on the Raptors like he normally does. He's been one of those Raptor killers over the years, over time. The Raptors dropped this one 106-102. And, you know, this has been the theme for the Raptors where these past few games, they do really well. They have the lead and then they collapse in the fourth. Unfortunately, in this game, in the fourth quarter, they only dropped 13 points. Their defense was good. They held Utah to 21 points, but they only scored 13 in that fourth quarter. That was kind of the beginning of the end for them. And they had the lead throughout the first three quarters, but the Raptors they've had these offensive struggles over times in different quarters and different games.
For sure.
Bogdanovic and Jordan Clarkson, those guys, two guys that are, in a way, they're both six men. They didn't have Conley, they didn't have Mitchell, but still they had no problem beating the Raptors. And Jordan Clarkson had some nasty plays in that first quarter.
Rebound to Royce. Here's Clarkson. Wraps it behind his back. Dribble drive. Now to his left. Step back. What a shot.
Yeah, he had a nasty dunk in the second quarter.
Clarkson dancing out front, trying to find space. He does and takes it on top of the rim.
It's like a Bembry, yo. He hang off the rim.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of these ex-Laker players are doing well now, yo. Look, like Lonzo Ball's killing it right now. What's his name? Knicks.
Randall
doing sick now. Jordan Clarkson's doing sick. Yo, like all these three ex-Laker players, or like even this guy Ingram. Like, you know, like all these ex-Laker players who were once on the squad are like killing it in their own respective teams. So like, man, like I don't know if it's the Kobe effect, but yo, these guys are doing well.
And don't forget about D'Angelo Russell too.
Russell too. Timberwolves. Yeah, there you go.
Even when he left the Lakers on Brooklyn, he was an all-star, right, on that team.
Yeah.
And he dropped some numbers. He's always been that guy. Yeah, these guys that were on the Lakers roster at one point are all prospering in different systems with different teams right now. It's a good sight to see, and especially those are like the final guys on that roster with Kobe before he retired, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think Ingram was the only one that probably, him and Lonzo Ball weren't on the team. I think they came the year after.
Yeah.
Jordan Clarkson, that dunk that you're referring to was at the end of the first quarter.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, end of the first, yeah.
Yeah, and then Bogdanovic, I think he had 17 in that first quarter. He was going off.
Yo, that's nasty.
He's doing like up and hand under layups and stuff like he was like he's a
him and Joe Ingles are like shooting threes like it was a three-point shooter.
Joe Ingles, man, that guy's underrated.
Yeah.
He apparently was on the Clippers at one point, and Doc Rivers cut him off the roster when he was a GM and coach. Ingles.
Oh, Ingles.
And then he got a role with Utah. Like he found his home with Utah, and he's been prospering ever since. He looks like an average NBA player, right?
Yeah.
Like body-wise, he doesn't look like athletic at all.
It's like Matt Thomas, right? I think Matt Thomas the past few games on Utah, he's been averaging like 13 points a game.
He's getting minutes right now with Donovan Mitchell, Mike Conley out.
But he's doing well, yo. Like he did well against us.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, it's good to see. I mean, you don't want to see these Raptor guys like, you know, their careers disappear when they leave the team.
Yeah, exactly.
What happened to Terrence Davis on Sacramento? Is he still putting up numbers?
Yo, he's doing well, yo. Really well.
I think he's on and off. I don't think he's.
He was doing well for a while.
Yeah.
Bogdanovic and Clarkson, both of them, they had their moments. They definitely showed out. I think Clarkson's probably going to win Sixth Man of the Year, more than likely.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
100%. He deserves it. Yo.
He's been the most consistent scoring-wise, right? Off the bench.
The Raptors, they still didn't have Gary Trent Jr. They still didn't have Paul Watson, and Chris Boucher is still injured with the MCL sprain. And then they rested Kyle Lowry for this game. Van Vliet came back, and he dropped 30 points. Kem Birch was an amazing sight to see. He just seems to be that consistent guy right now, no matter which point guard is on the floor, whether it's Malachi Flynn, Fred VanVleet, Kyle Lowry, that pick and roll, he's been killing it.
Yeah.
And I love the way he runs the floor. I love the way that he literally dunks the ball every chance he gets.
Massive upgrade to Baines. Like Baines is like an iPhone 5, and then Birch is like an iPhone 10, yo. It's like a massive difference.
He's benefiting from our guard play because our guards are elite, right? So he didn't get the opportunity a lot in Orlando because, for one, he wasn't starting, and two, the point guards there aren't on Lowry and VanVleet's level.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The Raptors, for the most part, like I mentioned, the first three quarters, they had the lead. They were up 6 at halftime, 62-56. And then the lead got cut to 4 going into the fourth quarter. And then the Raptors offense just was stuck in mud.
Both of them were like Utah and the Raptors. Like they're both playing defense solid on each team. The Raptors won, I think they won like 4 of like 20, like I was telling you off camera, in the fourth quarter. Like they couldn't get a bucket for their life. But this is a perfect example, like what I was mentioning in the last video, where I said Siakam could literally come through and make clutch baskets for us. Like this is the best time for him to make those baskets, right? Like he doesn't have to do it throughout the whole entire game, but like when we need someone like this, when we need someone to get a bucket, Siakam should be that person to do it if he wants to be that number one option.
Yeah, this is basically the perfect example. Like you can go cold for 3 quarters, but if you show up in the fourth when it matters most, when the team needs a bucket, and if you can come through in those moments, there would be no slander for Pascal Siakam.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Not just the fact that he can't like get a crucial bucket, but the man didn't even get to the line in this game.
Yeah, I know.
And, you know, he followed up the 11.5 rebound performance. First, he went 10.7 rebounds, 11.5 rebounds the next game. And this game, in 40 minutes, he had 15.7 rebounds. Not a goddamn assist. Took 18 attempts from the field, only made 7. And no free throw attempts. But he had 3 steals, but that's it. But that's the thing, like these past 3 games, like the past 10 before that, he was averaging like 25 points a game, looking like the old Spicy P.
Yeah. I've been missing that, yo.
And then these last 3 games, he's been averaging like 13 points, basically.
Yeah.
Once he comes back to Toronto, I think he'll do a lot better. I don't know what's going on, but I think once he comes back and sees fans or he sees like an opportunity, he will like strive. But I don't know.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's wishful thinking, obviously, right now, based on the fact that, you know, his only excuse right now is that he hasn't been in Toronto since last March.
Yeah.
Or whenever they went to the bubble, June, July.
Yeah.
He hasn't been home for almost a year.
Yeah.
But yeah, the bench was nowhere to be found. Obviously, Gary Trent Jr., Chris Boucher, Paul Watson, like they've had really high performances this year. All of them have had at least 30 points in one game.
I feel we could have benefited if Boucher and Trent were playing because those guys would have came through with the threes, right?
Yeah.
Especially Boucher.
We need Boucher back.
Yeah.
This would have been a perfect example for a day when Pascal wasn't Pascal.
Mm-hmm.
You know, for the 3rd straight game, he hasn't been efficient at all, and he hasn't been able to make a bucket for his life. So I feel like in this opportunity or in that moment, I feel like Nick Nurse might have benched him and put Boucher in with Kem Birch, and then even Gary Trent Jr. Lowry was resting in this game.
Yeah.
So he would have been the starting role, and you know how he's been when he's been starting, dropping numbers, dropping buckets, averaging 18 points as a starter for the Toronto Raptors. And OG Anunoby, unfortunately, his streak of 20 points in consecutive games comes to an end. It ends at 6. He almost did have it tonight, but in 40 minutes, he had 17 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 7 of 17 from the field, so he wasn't efficient. Basically looked like Pascal Siakam tonight. He didn't make...
He didn't do that bad, though.
Yeah, no, he didn't. I'm just talking about in terms of the efficiency.
Yeah.
But he had a steal and a block. He made 3 threes out of 9 attempts. And star player for sure was Fred VanVleet. He had 30.6 rebounds, 7 assists in 39 minutes, 11 of 25 from the field, 4 of 4 from the free throw line, was only 4 of 11 from 3, but he had 2 steals. And Malachi Flynn, 36 minutes at 10 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists, 4 of 11 from the field, no free throw attempts, 2 of 5 from 3, and 1 steal. And Kem Birch, your boy, I think Brav's his favorite player now on the Raptors.
Yo, I think my favorite player is Kem Birch. Yo, not gonna lie.
The man's about to get paid this offseason, but in 35 minutes, he has 17 points, 10 rebounds, 6 assists, 8 of 13 from the field.
It tells you that Orlando Magic were stupid though, on the way they managed their players, yo. Like, you gave us a hidden gem, yo.
Yeah. 8 of 13 from the field, no free throw attempts, 1 of 3 from 3, 1 steal, 2 turnovers. He fits our system better.
Yeah.
And if he's going to play like this, where he's dropping basically like 15 points a game right now, like the first game when he got 14 points, he's like, this is the easiest 14 points I've ever gotten, because Kyle Lowry is such a master with the dimes, a magician with his dimes. But, you know, it doesn't really matter whether Lowry's there or not. Like Van Vliet can do the same thing, and so is Malachi Flynn. The only difference is Lowry does more lobs, right? Lowry throws alley-oops and stuff, and that's something Van Vliet doesn't usually do. He does it randomly from time to time, and Malachi Flynn hasn't shown it, but all of them are capable of controlling the pick and roll with Cambridge and killing it every single time, especially against these slow centers like Rudy Gobert and stuff who don't want to come.
Yeah.
When they come to the 3-point arc to stop the point guard from shooting a 3,
The two supposed to come back, yeah.
that's when Cambridge gets that ball and he runs like a
gazelle, yo. Runs like a gazelle.
Yeah.
I think in the first half, I think they held Rudy Gobert to like 2 attempts. Like they did really well on him, and then he kind of stepped up after, got like some second chance points.
For sure.
It's kind of embarrassing for Siakam to see that Cambridge, he almost flirted with the triple-double, and Siakam couldn't even get an assist for his life. Like, he's literally one of the primary playmakers. And for him to get 0 assists that game, it's kind of disgusting.
Something that Cambridge does is very underrated is when he gets the ball and he throws it out, he has like that extra second in the air where he just literally like makes sure he finds the right person to throw it back out to.
Doesn't he kind of remind you of Marc Gasol, like the way he passes?
Yeah.
Like those no-look passes, like when he gets the ball, he passes it like without even looking. It kind of reminds me of Marc Gasol, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Not like in that extent, but I'm just saying, like,
I was gonna be like, that's kind of disrespectful to Marc Gasol, the man.
No.
The second round pick that was a multiple-time All-Star, Defensive Player of the Year, an NBA champion, EuroLeague champion, and you're comparing him to Cambridge.
No, not like. I'm just saying the playmaking side.
Yeah, no, definitely his passing has been underrated. Like, I'm surprised with the way he passes. When he jumps in the air and gets an extra second to throw it back out to the right person. Like, you see a lot of these guys on the Raptors, when they throw it like that, like they turn the ball over. But this man literally finds the right people. And I know, like, in terms of passing, he does that no-look passes in the corners when they shoot the 3.
But sometimes that no-look pass is like mad scary. Like, my heart drops, yo. I'm like, holy fuck, don't do that. Like, sometimes like it gets tipped or like it's like a terrible pass. But yeah, no, man, that no-look pass gets me every time.
For the most part, he's been pretty solid with his passing. I haven't seen.
Yeah, I guess I'm scarred by veins and shit, you know. So that's probably
like
why.
you're not accustomed to seeing a center doing this well because it feels like we haven't had a center for so long.
Yeah, but really, it's only been 1 season.
For the Utah Jazz, like you mentioned, you said Rudy Gobert was held to 2 attempts from the field, but he ended up the night with 13 points, 16 rebounds in 33 minutes. Unfortunately, he couldn't hook you up with the fantasy because you're out of the league. But he also had 0 assists, 6 of 8 from the field, 1 or 2 from the line. Obviously, he doesn't take any threes. And he had 1 steal, 1 block with 4 turnovers. Royce O'Neale.
Yo, that guy like was going off on threes, yo. Royce O'Neale.
Yeah, he had 3. He was 3 of 5 from beyond the arc tonight. In 32 minutes, he had 9 points, 10 rebounds, no assists, 3 of 5 from the field. The whole time, he was just shooting threes. Made 3 for 5, and he had a steal. He's like a Swiss Army knife. He reminds me of like a Rondae Hollis Jefferson, but he could just shoot the 3 better.
Yeah, for sure.
Joe Ingles, 33 minutes at 15 points, 3 rebounds, 9 assists, 4 of 8 from the field, 3 of 4 from the free throw line, 4 of 7 from 3 with 4 turnovers. And Jordan Clarkson, 33 minutes at 15 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 6 of 18 from the field, 2 of 3 from the line, 1 of 6 from beyond the arc with 1 steal, 3 turnovers. Matt Thomas only had 3 points for the game. He only played 5 minutes.
Yeah.
They're all free throw attempts. But apparently I heard that Matt Thomas is still talking like a Toronto man.
Yo, first game in the books, dog. Everything blessed?
Everything blessed.
Everything blessed.
So how did it feel getting back out there, man?
Oh, it felt weird still. It felt like a pickup game still, fam.
Yo, is that actually real? I don't know if it's real or not, yo.
That video was with O'Shea Brissett was from
A while ago.
Yeah, but is that real or is that like a dub version?
No, that's how he talks. Yeah, he does it for fun, but like,
No way.
yeah, I swear, yeah.
Yo, this whole time I thought it was like a dub over you. I didn't know it was real.
Oh, you didn't know that was him talking?
No, I don't know. I legit thought it was like someone talking over it. Like I didn't know it was legit.
No.
You can tell like it's his voice.
Oh shit.
Yeah, he talks like that. Those were the leading scorers for Utah and the Toronto Raptors. The team stats, the Raptors only shot 45% from the field. They were 42 of 94. Utah didn't shoot that much better. They were 47% from the field, 37 of 78. Both teams are pretty efficient, especially after seeing that fourth quarter scoring.
Mm-hmm.
The Raptors, they only made 12 threes out of 33 attempts for 36% from beyond the arc. Utah made 17 threes out of 41 attempts, 42% from beyond the arc. And free throws, the Raptors only got 9. You guys taking that in?
Yeah.
Huh, Brubs? They're 6 of 9 from the line. Like, you only got 9 attempts as a team.
Yeah,
it's not really that surprising.
Yo, like,
considering the fact that Siakam.
You know why we didn't respond? Because yo, we're used to it. Stupid 20 brothers and his gang, yo.
We're so numb to it at this point.
I'm like, eh.
And then Utah got double the attempts, 15 of 18 from the line for 83%. The Raptors are 6 of 9 from the free throw line for 67%. Rebounding, we were minus 10. Raptors had 39 rebounds. Utah had 49. Offensive rebounds, the Raptors actually won that category. They had 11. Utah had 9. Raptors are plus 2. Raptors are also leaders in the assist category with 26. Utah had 20. The Raptors are plus 6. Steals, the Raptors murked Utah. They had 12. Utah only had 3. Raptors are plus 9.
Tell me Bogdan stats one more time that he's the reason why we lost, man.
Yeah, brother! Yeah, brother! Yeah! Yeah!
Yeah, he had 34 points.
Here we go, fucking guy.
4 rebounds, 4 assists, but with the blocks, Raptors and Utah were both tied in that category, 3 apiece. Turnovers, Raptors only had 10. Utah had 20. Raptors are plus 10 in that category. Points in the paint, Raptors had 52. Utah only had 40. Raptors were plus 12. Second chance points, the Raptors had 15. Utah had 7. Raptors are plus 8. Fast break points, the Raptors had 13. Utah had 4. Raptors are plus 9. And points off turnovers, the Raptors had 29. Utah had 15. Raptors are plus 14. Biggest lead for the Raptors was 10. Biggest lead for the Utah Jazz was 5. Personal fouls, both were tied at 15 apiece. If you look at these stats, like the Raptors won a lot of these categories, but they just...
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, yeah.
Like, if you look at the stats and didn't watch the game, you'd think the Raptors won.
Yeah, 100%.
100%, yeah.
100%. I thought we killed it, yo, but fucking Bogdan.
You get points off turnovers. You get 29 points compared to 15 with Utah. And the turnovers, too. Like, we only had 10 turnovers.
Yeah.
Like, those two stats alone, if you didn't watch the game, you'd think that we'd won the game.
Yeah. Bogdanovic, 38 minutes, 34 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 12 of 22 from the field, 4 of 4 from the free throw line, 6 of 11 from 3. The man woke up, saw the red on the Raptors jerseys, and chose violence.
Word.
This game was still winnable, man. We just couldn't get a bucket. Like, we were struggling for, like, the last 2 minutes to get a bucket. Like, VanVleet got, I think he hit, like, a step back, too, to get it to 102. Yeah. Oh, no, 100. 100 to, like, I think 103 or something. And then you couldn't get a basket after that.
Tends to be a trend as of late for the Raptors where we're struggling.
Yeah, in the fourth quarter.
If you look at the last 3 games with the Brooklyn Nets, the Denver Nuggets, and this game, the Raptors have been in it in a close game, a tight-knit game, up until we get into that fourth quarter. Going into the fourth quarter, we're either up or down a few points. And something just happens in that fourth quarter to us because we don't have a full lineup, obviously.
I think Bravs had something to do with that because, like, he was saying how, like, they go in the locker room and the side's like, yo, just what are you guys doing, tank?
He's like, yo, tank, no, I'm gonna cut your contract stuff, and that's what happened.
But like, if Pascal could do what Pascal does, we would have won all 3 of these games.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
At this point, it's like, I just hope they just lose all these games. There's no point. Best case scenario, we get the 7th worst record in the league, and we can possibly get a top 5 pick, maybe even a top 3. You know, depending on how the luck rolls for us. If we can get the Andrea Bargnani luck and get the number 1 pick.
I highly doubt that, but we'll see. If we can get Mosby, what's his name? Mosby? Evan Mosby?
Mobley.
I'm
not Ted Mosby, bro. Not Ted Mosby.
I keep messing up his name. We keep telling him Mosby. Fuck.
Yeah. You're talking about the guy that from Sweet Life of Zach and Cody, right?
Word.
Yeah, at this point, you just kind of got to go with the flow. I honestly don't even want them to make the play-in tournament at this point.
Yeah, what a waste.
Before we wrap this podcast up, I want to talk about the star players of the game and then who we're throwing under the bus. Star player of the game, we'll go co-stars. We've been doing this for the past few games. We'll go VanVleet and Khem Birch.
Khem Birch?
Yeah.
No, VanVleet really carried the team. This didn't work because Pascal.
Bogdan.
His sidekick wasn't there, and that's all she wrote. So Cambridge, shout out to him. He's looking like a gem piece.
I just hope that when he gets paid with a huge contract, I hope he keeps it going, because I feel like half these players that get their contract, they don't live up to their expectations.
Yeah.
Hopefully he stays here, yo.
No, he will. He will.
Yeah, I think he'll take a pay cut to stay with the Raptors. Who we're throwing under the bus? We're throwing the bench again?
And Siakam.
Yeah, Siakam for sure. We can also throw Malachi Flynn because in 36 minutes he had 10 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists.
Yeah.
4-11 from the field and 2 of 5 from 3 with 1 steal. His performance wasn't that great, and he started tonight, right?
Yeah. He did start it, yeah.
With Van Vliet, so we'll throw Pascal, Malachi Flynn, Watanabe, Bembry, Gillespie, and even Thingott. Bro, if I see Jalen Harris again wearing number 2, bro.
Kawhi's cousin brother.
It doesn't look like Kawhi's cousin brother, but why is he wearing number 2? They're disrespecting them too much, bro.
Yeah.
It feels like it's been forever since Kawhi's been on the team, but come on, the man led us to a championship. Don't disrespect that number like that.
Word.
Any final thoughts about this game before we wrap up?
I'm just hoping if we don't make the play-in tournament, I just hope that we get to see Gary Trent play just to get more comfortable with our unit. Because this man's been sitting on the bench for I don't even know how many games.
He's injured, right? Or is he on the crutch?
No, he is injured. He is injured.
But I'm sure they're doing off-camera stuff team bonding. Even his first few games here, to me, it felt like he already was part of the team, right? Like he fit in well. I do agree with you.
Yeah, I mean Gary Trent Jr. I'm pretty sure he's going to be back within the next few games.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously he's a part of the future as well. That's why we traded Norman Powell for him.
Yeah,
Kemba's looking like a center that we might go into the future with as well because he wants to play for his hometown team. It's been a childhood dream of his, and now he's doing that at a high level, and he'll probably take a pay cut to stay with the Raptors.
For sure, yeah.
But he also wants to get paid, so we'll see how that goes. Next up, we're traveling to LA to play the Lakers. LeBron James will be back. Anthony Davis is there. And then we're seeing Andre Drummond in a Lakers uniform for the first time. And see how it goes. But let the tanking continue. I don't want to see them beat anyone right now. Just lose, for fuck's sakes. And ride this out, and hopefully it pays off in the offseason when we do get a high lottery pick in the draft. That's going to do it for this podcast. Appreciate everyone for tuning in. If you haven't liked the video, make sure you like it. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe to it. What are y'all waiting for? Stop slacking, bro. And we'll be back right after the Lakers game to do the post-game podcast, hopefully on another loss because the season is almost over, right around the corner. But till then, stay blessed, stay woke, and please stay safe. Peace.
Challenge the defense. Maybe took off a little bit early, but he's there. Man, he got caught at the apex.